Yes, I burnt your cabin and all your livestock. What are you going to do about it? Call the cops? The cops can't hurt me.
I used to love it when Karen went on a power trip because watching entitlement expose itself was like free theater. She believed authority was her birthright, and that the entire neighborhood existed to orbit her moods, schedules, and clipboards. When I moved in, I stayed quiet, kept my lawn clean, and observed for 6 months straight, learning patterns instead of picking fights. Welcome to Prodigy Tales. Make sure you like and subscribe for your top-notch HOA drama. I noticed quickly that Karen never listened, never compromised, and never questioned herself. She fined people for grass blades leaning the wrong way, trash cans breathing too loudly, and curtains offending her spiritual alignment. Meetings were monologues where she talked at everyone while writing tickets like autographs. I avoided eye contact, nodded politely, and minded my business, which somehow made me her favorite target. She fined me for parking too close to my own curb, for washing my car on a Tuesday, and for existing without enthusiasm. I paid nothing, appealed everything, and documented quietly. Ignoring her seemed to irritate her more than open rebellion. She wanted reactions, fear, and submission, and I gave her silence. Neighbors whispered, warned me, and told stories about people who moved out after crossing her. I listened, smiled, and stayed put. I wasn't plotting revenge, I was learning leverage. Power trips collapse under weight, not noise, and Karen carried plenty of weight already. She strutted daily with her clipboard like a badge, peeking over fences, snapping photos, and inventing emergencies. Every knock on my door came with a smirk, every letter with excessive punctuation. Still, I kept my door closed and my temper locked. I thought if I stayed invisible, she would eventually get bored. Instead, my calm became a challenge. Authority hates being ignored. Karen didn't want compliance anymore. She wanted control, and she was clearly warming up for something bigger than fines. That silence hid intentions, patience, and timing, ingredients I gathered slowly, while Karen mistook restraint for weakness completely. Before we dive in deeply, let us know in the comments what country or which city you're watching this story from. We'd love to know how far this story travels. Karen didn't take her cat's death well, at least not in any human way I could understand. After the incident, I expected screaming, threats, lawyers, something loud and ugly. Instead, she arrived with that syrupy calm that makes your spine itch. She told me accidents happened, said fate was cruel, said she was healing. Her smile never reached her eyes. I apologized until my throat burned and offered to cover vet bills, counseling, even a replacement animal. She waved it off like loose change and told me to focus on my farm. I wanted to believe her, so I did. Days passed in an eerie quiet. HOA emails stopped entirely. No fines, no warnings, no Karen pacing my fence line with a clipboard and a scowl. Neighbors whispered that she was grieving, that loss changes people. I convinced myself my warning had finally landed. To prove responsibility, I locked my dog in a reinforced cage near the barn, limiting his range, feeding him by hand, promising it was temporary. Each night he whined softly, confused but loyal, trusting me anyway. Karen reappeared in small, unsettling ways. She dropped off cookies I never touched. She complimented my fences with strange enthusiasm. She asked about my water supply, my generators, my fuel storage, all disguised as friendly curiosity. Once, she stood watching my dog for far too long, head tilted, asking whether cages were fireproof. I laughed it off, missing the threat hidden inside the joke. Looking back, every word was a breadcrumb. Odd things followed. An HOA surveyor wandered onto my land without permission, claiming to check boundaries. Another day, someone loosened the latch on my fuel shed. I blamed wind, chance, coincidence. Karen waved from across the road, friendly as ever, playing the role flawlessly. Her calm became the loudest noise in my life. I doubled patrols, checked locks, called insurance, and reviewed my cameras, believing caution could outrun intent. Karen noticed everything. She asked about blind spots, joked about response times, praised preparedness with unsettling admiration. Each encounter felt like standing near a coiled wire. I still believed vigilance was enough, unaware I was already inside her plan. On that day, I left early to buy supplies, believing routine kept chaos away. Halfway back, a column of smoke clawed the sky near my land, thick and wrong. My heart sank as tires screamed along the road. I called the fire department, shouting coordinates while dread flooded my chest. Sirens promised help, but flames don't wait. When I reached the fence, panic ruled. Livestock scattered, some burning, others collapsing in blind terror. Heat punched my lungs. I ran through smoke, coughing, throwing water, dirt, anything. That's when I saw her. Karen stood near the fuel shed, gripping a petrol gallon, wearing a smirk that froze time. Our eyes met. She didn't run. Fire roared louder. I fought forward, but another scream cut through everything. My dog, his cage burned, flames wrapping metal bars. I charged, hands blistering, yet smoke blinded me. The lock glowed. He howled once, then silence. Something inside me shattered. I dropped to ash, sobbing, watching my life burn. Firefighters arrived, too late to save much. As hoses thundered, cameras blinked. My security system kept recording, quietly capturing Karen's steps, her gasoline, her smile, sealing truths she thought flames erased. Night fell, smoke lingered, and officers asked questions. I answered mechanically, eyes fixed on ruins. Karen vanished, leaving chaos humming. Neighbors gathered, whispering, filming, shaken. Insurance forms, evidence bags, timelines piled. I remembered every odd question, every cookie, every smile. Pieces aligned. Rage steadied my breathing. I backed up footage, logged timestamps, and listened to my pulse. Across the road, HOA lights glowed, meetings brewing. I knew this wasn't over. Consequences take patience, and patience is learned in ashes. I stood, soot-streaked, alive, and done pretending. The plan forming wasn't loud. It was thorough, legal, and merciless. Karen had written the opening act. I would read the rest carefully, one recorded second at a time. Dawn crept closer. Investigators returned, and paperwork multiplied. I stayed, watched, and waited, letting facts speak while embers cooled. Somewhere, Karen believed she was untouchable. That belief kept breathing. Unaware, pressure builds silently before collapse arrives unexpectedly soon. Thereafter, Karen learned that fire does not erase evidence, it sharpens it. Investigators reconstructed the timeline minute by minute, syncing my CCTV with traffic cameras, fuel station receipts, and phone location data. The footage showed her entering my land, spreading gasoline, igniting multiple points, then leaving calmly. Prosecutors stacked charges fast: aggravated arson, felony animal cruelty, destruction of agricultural property, reckless endangerment, and environmental damage. Bail was denied the moment the judge saw the video. The financial reckoning came first. Forensic accountants calculated losses down to the last fence post. Karen was ordered to pay restitution totaling $2.47 million, broken into categories that felt surgical. 1.1 million covered livestock losses and future breeding value. 600,000 paid for destroyed barns, fencing, and equipment. 280,000 compensated lost harvest cycles. 90,000 was assigned specifically for my dog, classified under aggravated cruelty damages. The remaining 200,000 covered fire response costs, soil remediation, and investigation fees. Her house was seized, retirement accounts liquidated, wages garnished indefinitely. The criminal sentence landed like a hammer. Karen received 14 years in state prison, with a mandatory minimum of 11 before eligibility for parole. 5 additional years of supervised release followed, including a lifetime ban from HOA leadership, animal ownership, and property management roles. The court ordered 2,000 hours of community service after release, restricted to agricultural fire prevention programs. Her name entered the state arson registry permanently. The HOA imploded under subpoenas. Insurance providers withdrew, the board dissolved, and residents sued for negligence tied to Karen's actions. Elections were court supervised. The woman who once ruled meetings now answered to guards and schedules. Rebuilding took time, help, and patience. Justice didn't restore everything, but it closed the chapter with weight. Karen chose fire. The system answered with permanence. The end? Please like and subscribe for more HOA showdowns like this. Do you think she got what she deserves? Comment below.